Soil Amendment and Crop Input Overview. In this video, we will review the definition of soil amendments and crop inputs. We will also cover how the different types of soil amendments and crop inputs are categorized, as well as some of their characteristics. The metrics define soil amendments as elements added to the soil, such as compost, peat moss, or fertilizer to improve its capacity to support plant life, while crop inputs are defined as materials that are commonly applied post-emergence for pest and disease control, greening, and to provide organic and inorganic nutrients to the plant during the growth cycle. In the leafy greens industry, soil amendments are sometimes incorporated into the soil prior to planting with the purpose of adding organic and inorganic nutrients to the soil and improve its physical, chemical, or biological characteristics. Now, let's review the 5 categories of soil amendments and crop inputs, as well as some of their characteristics. The 5 categories of soil amendments and crop inputs are 7A. Biological of animal origin. 7B. Biological of non-animal origin. 7C. Processed products. 7D. Synthetic and inorganic. And 7E. Mixed components. Let's review each one in more detail. 7A. Biological of animal origin soil amendments and crop inputs. This category includes composted soil amendments and crop inputs that contain animal manure or other animal products. These soil amendments can only be applied no less than 45 days before harvest and require a composting process validation and documentation that demonstrate the products are free of pathogens of concern. 7B. Biological of non-animal origin soil amendments and crop inputs. These soil amendments and crop inputs are categorized for not having any ingredients of animal origin in them and can be divided into 2 subcategories, depending on whether they have been composted or not. These subcategories are 7B1. Composted, not containing products of animal origin. 7B2. Non-composted, solid and liquid soil amendments and crop inputs not containing products of animal origin. 7B1. Composted, not containing products of animal origin. These products include plant waste, vegetative material, and consumer waste that does not contain any products of animal origin. These soil amendments must be applied at least 45 days before harvest and require a composting process validation and documentation that demonstrate the products are free of pathogens of concern and free of products of animal origin. 7B2. Non-composted solid and liquid soil amendments and crop inputs not containing products of animal origin. These products include biofertilizers, biologicals, biorationals, biostimulants, biopesticides, agricultural and compost teas, and other products not derived from ingredients of animal origin. These materials require a certificate of analysis demonstrating that the input meets the microbial acceptance criteria outlined by the metrics, and no time interval is needed between application and harvest. 7C. Processed products. These soil amendments and crop inputs are those that may or may not contain products of animal origin, but that have been submitted to a validated treatment process other than composting. These products have different requirements depending on the validation of the treatment process regarding when they can be used and what documentation is required. For more information, check out our video on the topic. 7D. Synthetic and inorganic. These products, by their very nature, represent little risk of contamination with human pathogens, but they must still be produced, transported, stored, and used in a manner that prevents contamination of the product or the field, and in accordance with all local, state, and federal regulations. In addition, these products must also include documentation stating that they are free of non-synthetic products, which includes any ingredients of animal origin or manure. 7E. Mixed components. Each of the ingredients used for a soil amendment or crop input that is a mixture of any of the previously mentioned categories must meet the requirements of its respective category, and the final mixture must meet the criteria for the most stringent class of materials utilized in the mixture. Unallowed materials. Lastly, there are several products that the metrics do not allow to be used for leafy greens productions because they may represent a higher risk of contamination with human pathogens. Some of these soil amendments or crop inputs that must not be used include raw manure, untreated animal products or byproducts, green waste that is not fully composted, and biosolids. It is important to note that the requirements outlined in this video for each category of soil amendment or crop input are not the only ones required by the metrics. For more information on each of the types of soil amendments, check out their respective video. This is the end of our soil amendment and crop input overview video, developed by Food Safety CTS for California LGMA.